Hi there. Today we're going to be demonstrating what I call the hands on the clock stretch. It's a stretch for the hamstrings, but not just the middle of the hamstrings or the inside, which is typically done. It's actually going to work from all the way from the lateral side, around the inside of the hamstring, even into the adductors and into the front part of the shorter adductors. So what we're going to have here, Tracy is going to demonstrate. So you put your one foot up on a level. Depending on your natural level of flexibility, you might need a little higher, a little lower. The number one technique point with bending over and stretching the hamstrings, keeping an upright torso. You want to bend from the waist. So as you go forward, we're not really interested in lumbar flexion at this point. So bending down to touch the toes, well, there's a time and place for this particular stretch isn't that important. In order to start this stretch, the reason why we call it the hands on the clock, I put pens on the ground to demonstrate noon, 10 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. What we're actually going to start is a rarely stretched muscle group. It's the biceps femoris, the outside of the hamstring. So what Tracy's going to do is actually point her bottom toe towards 10 o'clock here. Now this can be kind of awkward, so you might want to hold on to something for some balance if it's rarely stretched with people. Even as you do that without bending, you may already feel a very fascial, kind of a burny sensation. It's evidence you need to work on that. So what Tracy's going to do is go ahead and bend forward, and you'll feel that down, maybe even a little past the hamstring into the knee. That's fine. You'll hold that for a couple seconds. Go ahead and come back up. 10 seconds is a pretty average hold. You may find at different positions that some are tighter than others. You might want to come back and visit those positions. So now Tracy's going to bring her foot to noon. So repeating the same thing, bending at the waist. Now this one, she'll feel right down the middle of the hamstring groups. Okay, and you'll just sit there and hold for about 10 seconds or so. And then come back up. And now open up again. You can work smaller increments than what we're going to be showing you, but as you do, just go ahead and as your body's feeling, it needs a little bit more in certain areas. So now as she's opening up, she's going to bend down again. Now hold there. Now this is going to actually hit a little more on the inside of the hamstring, maybe even a little bit of the adductor or the groin muscles. Okay, and you'll hold there. And go ahead and continue on to 3 o'clock there. So now she's at about a 90-degree angle. So go ahead and keep bending this way. Some people might feel like their foot here needs to start to roll in. That's okay. Go ahead and let that foot do whatever it needs to do. So this is going to be almost all adductor in this position. Now we're going to skip ahead a little bit. We'll go all the way over to 5 o'clock. Now in this position, your hips are actually turned away from your foot. So this foot is almost always going to fold over unless you've got pretty good flexibility. Now as you can see, it's kind of awkward also to bend this way. So what we're going to have Tracy do is stay very upright with her torso. And then she's just going to bend her right knee and just kind of lean away. Now this is going to stretch the very front of the adductors. This is going to be your adductor brevis, some of your pectineus. Rarely stretched adductor muscles, but can be really, really helpful. And come back up. And so what I would do, go ahead and put your foot down, your other foot. So you can work all that all the way around to 6 o'clock, so you're 180 degrees with your legs. As you feel those areas where there's a little more tightness, spend a little extra time there, and that'll help those hamstring and the adductors really loosen up.